Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today on GameCast we're joined by Fionn Gardner, who is a well-known local musician and has been quite busy over the years with various projects. So Fionn, it's lovely to have you here today.
Cheers for having me. Yeah, I'm delighted to be here. We chatted about doing this about 3 months ago or so maybe. Yeah, I'm delighted to finally get to do it.
Yeah, so basically today we're just going to talk about Fionn's journey. He moved to London for college. He's taken part in various plays, theatre performances, and entered a few well-known competitions that you may know. And of course, because we're a gaming channel, he will be playing FIFA 18. Because it was the last FIFA I installed on the computer.
It's great.
So before we get started, I'm going to ask you a few quick questions.
Cool.
Just to get you kind of up to speed and on your toes. You have to give me your first answer that comes to your head.
Yeah, okay.
And there's no time to think about it.
Okay.
Right, here we go. Favourite song?
Fire and Rain by James Taylor.
Favourite musician?
Ed Sheeran.
Favourite album?
A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships.
And of course, favourite video game?
FIFA 18 specifically as well.
Why?
No, probably FIFA 16. Because when I lived in London, one of the lads had FIFA 16 and we played it on an Xbox 360, and yeah, I know that game too well.
FIFA 16, it was kind of the last entry to the series that was relatively fun.
Yeah.
Now it's just torture to play the games. You can press start when you're ready.
Yeah, go on. Cool. Let's do it. So
to start us off, how did you first get involved in the whole music and theatre industry?
I think I suppose I kind of first got involved when I joined a stage school in Kilkenny called Jesters. That was when I kind of first was introduced to the world of theatre and singing and stuff like that. So I think I was about 7 years old. 7 or 8 years old, I think. Yeah. And
who got you involved in that? Who mentioned it to you?
My ma. Yeah, my mum literally once was just like, there was apparently a production of Grease and they needed lads or something, a kids production I should say, like obviously, and like they were short on lads, and my mum was like, yeah, I don't know how she found out about it or whatever, but she was like, yeah, do you wanna do it? And she was, yeah, and so I ended up doing that, and then I kind of stayed there ever since. Yeah, and then that was kind of the start, and then of course there was school as well, talent shows like Gran's Got Talent and all that I then of course ended up doing as well, which was also another kind of kick up the arse to kind of take it serious and stuff. Yeah.
And was music and acting in your family beforehand, or was it something that you just kind of picked up yourself?
I think my dad kind of always had a bit of music that he used to be in a band, I think, when he was in college or something, and stuff like that. But and my granny, I think my gran used to be, from what I was told, she was apparently good enough to be a professional actress, but she wasn't allowed to pursue it back then, so she went to nursing instead. So I always used to credit any talent I got from my granny, and that's why even my dad used to joke and we used to say it. But yeah, I don't know, I think they were always encouraging about doing it, my family. They were always kind of like, oh, it'd be great for you to do this. Yeah. Did
they encourage you to kind of take up instrument lessons or anything? What was the first instrument you learned to play?
So the thing was, this is mad now. I now look back on it and it's crazy. Yeah, I was put into piano lessons when I was about, I'd say from about age 8 or 9, I think.
Did you want to do them?
Probably not. No, I hated them. Absolutely hated them.
It is a very challenging instrument from what I'm told.
It was, but I don't know why, but for whatever reason I just absolutely hated piano lessons when I was younger. And I used to dread going to them. I used to try to get out of them, and now I look back on it and I regret not taking them seriously. I think it was maybe because it was too much theory and stuff.
If Fionn's piano instructor is listening, please let us know if he was a torment to teach or if you were pleasantly surprised at how good he was.
Yeah, I definitely would have been rubbish back then. I could almost be assured of it. Yeah, but Orla was the only one who...
Orla is Fionn's sister.
Oh yeah, I should mention. Yeah, my sister Orla was the only one who stuck with them. And yeah, she went on to study music up in Maynooth. I really regret not sticking with it. I really do. But now I've I've like started practicing, especially during quarantine. Like I've started practicing my piano a lot more and stuff. But I think it was just the way it was. I think in guitar, I think I was only 13, and it was again the same scenario. I used to get them with my dad downtown, where it used to be where just beside where the Chinese was. I don't know what it is now. Or maybe I think it's a charity shop now at the moment. Or maybe
I think it is. Yeah, I know the building you're on about.
It used to be a music shop there. Used to get with my dad, and again, absolutely hated them. But I credit that to just the fact that I had to play and listen to all the music that my dad wanted to listen to. And look, my dad's got great music taste, but the songs he wanted to learn in guitar I didn't particularly like. And then I think when I was about I ended up finding a video online on YouTube how to play, what was it, Highway to Hell, AC/DC.
A great song.
It is a great song. And I was like, it was only 3 chords, and I was able to figure it out, and I was like, hang on a minute, like this is, I think with learning an instrument, and like anything, you have to find the fun in it and find like your kind of preference to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because there's no point in, I mean, there's, for me anyway, that's what it was. Once I kind of started learning the stuff that I really liked, then I started enjoying it.
What songs would 13-year-old Fionn be looking up to play on guitar? With Highway to Hell, and give us another song.
Probably, what else would I have been looking up? I think I was a big fan of The Script back then.
Yeah.
Or would have been 13. Yeah, probably around 13, 14. Yeah. Yeah, stuff from The Script. I would have liked the classics, like, I'm trying to think of some of the first songs I learned on guitar, like Knocking on Heaven's Door, Jason Mraz, I'm Yours.
Yeah.
You know the
Everyone and their mum learned how to play that one.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Yeah. That's the kind of music I kind of started off with, and I completely just didn't really bother with the piano. And then I kind of, once I got into like musical theatre and stuff, and I just kind of realised anyway, like music just kind of makes sense from a piano. Like most people teach from a piano in regards to like how it works and stuff, and so I then just ended up going back to it, and yeah.
You mentioned very, very briefly there earlier about secondary school's talent shows. Around then, is that when you kind of decided this is something I want to pursue? Because I know we talked about it before, and you said that's when you kind of took it a bit more serious.
Well, it was weird because like, I kind of, when I went to stage school, I never told anyone. Like none of my friends knew, like literally, in school that I went to stage school. I mean, and it was when I went to secondary school when I kind of hid it. Kind of hid the singing and the music. I didn't hide it completely, but it just wasn't cool at the time. So I remember like when we first got it, I don't know, I think we were chucked into a room and it was like a joke at first. Then I was kind of like, well, I really like doing this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think just having the outlet of like Grennan's Got Talent in school in Grennan, it was just an amazing like safe space to kind of grow creatively, like, and to have other amazing musicians around me and creators at the time, like, teaching me. It was kind of like lessons of such that, do you know what I mean? Like, which was just brilliant.
Would that have been your first time performing in front of a crowd?
Well, I would have done it in Jesters. I would have done it in the War.
Or let's say solo, kind of, just.
Oh,
you.
definitely. Yeah, probably would have been. Yeah.
Do you remember if it felt less like a safety net, being there by yourself rather than having a support?
Well, when I first did it, I did it with Jonah and Dylan. I think we did Eye of the Tiger was what we did.
They did. I remember that.
I think we might have. I Walked the Line as well or something. Some Johnny Cash in there, but oh god, that was brilliant. And then I think the next year, then.
I think every year it became a bit more serious.
Yeah.
There was a bit more of a production value added every year.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember I was in I think it was Keith's downtown, and Hannah Bailey came up to me, and he was also in Grand Scotland, and she just said, "You're singing solo this year. I don't care what you say." And I just went, "Oh, okay." And I guess it was kind of the kick up the arse. I always needed people around me kind of to tell me what to do, or to kind of like, come on, like you should. I don't know. I trust other people's opinions in me more than I do. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's probably like that sometimes, but yeah. So no, I just remember that, and then that's I think when I started taking it a bit more kind of serious, and I started busking. That was another thing I started doing from a young age. Started busking around Kilkenny with my friend Alan Hayes. I love.
Do you have any tips for your fellow buskers out there?
Oh, good question. I mean, well, I saw recently they're trying to bring in all these laws in Kilkenny, which I was actually so angry about. And so I think all it's going to do is deter people away from actually busking. Because you're going to have a fear of like...
breaking the law.
Breaking the law or doing something wrong, and it just gets nasty. They brought them in Dublin, and it's like, for me, the atmosphere isn't the same. Like, what's the beauty of busking is you can literally just... Like when I started doing it, I just did it. I just had my guitar. It was all acoustic. Like you can literally just, and I used to do it the whole time. Like you'd see your friend or the other musicians, and you just let's just do it. Like that was the beauty of it. But when you start regulating it and doing all these other things, for me, it just personally takes the kind of, and like people were saying, oh yeah, well, the problem is the speakers. Now I personally, once I got older, I started using a speaker just because. Singing for an hour and a half, like
you need to lower that.
My voice would be absolutely shot, like, and honestly the sound quality is better. Like people gave me more money, let's say, when your sound is better, like it's that was simply it, like, and I can understand like the problem for shop owners who were probably saying that they had lads playing the same 3 songs. That's
actually, I'm going to stop you there. That's very interesting. I met Fionn on Kieran Street in Kilkenny once busking, and a gentleman had come over to him and was talking to him and walked away, and I walked over to him and said, "What did he say?" He said, "Oh, he owns one of the bars here, and he's come out to me about 3 times to tell me to turn down the speaker." So did that happen often, or
was it just that? Where was that? Oh,
Kieran Street, just beside Dunn Stores?
It was the cafe, it wasn't the bar.
Ah.
The bar, there was the cafe that was right across from it. I think it's actually closed down now. I'm not sure if it's still there, but he used to. I tell you, I don't know. He always used to say that, but people in the cafes always used to end up who were sitting outside. I never got complaints from them, from the customers itself. I never ever got complaints. But I think it was always just people who were worried that there were going to be complaints and stuff. And sure, look, simple as it was, someone asked me to turn it down, I would turn it down. Like, I wouldn't cause a big scene. I wouldn't, if they wanted to be a bit quieter, it's fine, I can make it a bit quieter. It's not that big a deal. I don't think laws and whatnot need to be brought in over it. It's just common sense, really.
Yeah.
Like, keep it, like, busking's something that's kind of with the people, and keep it within the people. Stop. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. But
I used to remember on a nice day in Kilkenny walking along, if you heard a good busker, not the crap ones you should just give up. When you hear a good busker and you're walking down the street, it genuinely adds to your day. The only issue I have with buskers is when I have no change, or I just don't want to give my money, and you're walking up one of the slipways in Kilkenny and you can't do anything but make eye contact with them and pull a weird face, kind of going, "Oh, I'm sorry."
It doesn't matter though. Like Jamie, I can't tell you the amount of times I've had that look from people. You can see it in their eyes of like, and loads of people who say, "Oh, sorry, I've nothing on." It genuinely.
I'll be honest with you. I have taken the long way around these places, so I wouldn't have to go.
I've done it. Well, how do you think I feel when I'm an actual busker? You know, and I'm like, they've probably given me money before now, and like, you want to support a busker, and then I don't have any money on me, or
like if I walk back down the street, my head just goes, "Do they remember I gave them money?" Or
stop.
Yeah,
I know, but it's honestly like it doesn't actually matter. Like, I think if you just show that you're enjoying the music, it's not about the fact that you have to give them money like that. For me, anyway, that literally doesn't matter. And if someone gave me 1 cent to €50,
have you ever gotten €50?
Yeah, I've happened a few times actually.
Oh, wow.
Well, not a few times.
He takes check as well.
Yeah, well, they've introduced contactless, haven't they, now in London anyway? Which is mad. People in tube stations with the...
I've seen that, but those people are genuinely amazing.
Oh yeah, see in London, to busk in London you have... Yeah, to busk in London you literally have to go through the most, like, insane, vigorous auditions just to even be given a slot, and you get given a slot, you get... I think Leicester Square was just completely up to public, was free for anyone, but I think they've now changed that. But yeah. What were you saying again?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I forget as well.
Anyway, so you've done the busking, you've done the talent shows, you're coming towards the end of school. What is going through your head in terms of after school?
I just knew that I wanted to do something involving music. That's all I kind of knew. I kind of didn't have a kind of clue or anything else, because I was kind of like, there was a course in Cork, popular music, voice, I think, was with the emphasis on it, and it was a 4-year course, and I was kind of also like, what if that isn't what I want to do? So I decided to do essentially what was like, basically a year-long course, kind of like a PLC in Dublin, and in musical theatre, and it was the first of its kind at the time. And I kind of said, right, if I want to then just pursue just music after this, or I want to, maybe not even pursue it at all, or whatever the case was, at least it's only a year. Yeah. I ended up doing an extra year. They ended up offering another level 7 on top of it to get a diploma out of it. So yeah, I have a diploma in musical theatre, and then I basically, and during that second year, I was giving the advice to, if I wanted to take the this as a serious career choice, I would have to to take it serious as a career, I'd have to get to London, was what her advice was at the time, which isn't true. I didn't have to, but she just was just like, she believed that I really could. Now it's so hard to even get offered a place in a drama school. I'm not bigging myself up now in saying that, but half the time it is luck, I think, and of course hard work. But I think it was crucial in regards to me as a performer and a singer, and also as a person. Like, I needed the change at the time. I needed a change of scenery, and I was lucky that I was able to do that. I was lucky that things fell into place. Like, it was the best 3 years of my life, London, and studying acting with me. It was a degree. Acting with musical theatre was the degree, which was perfect as well for me. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, that was kind of how things went, yeah.
Right. So, let's say I'm looking to take that step and move to London, and let's say take part in this course. I've been offered a place, and I come to you and say, Fionn, I'm thinking about taking the gamble, going to London and signing up for this course. Do you have any pointers or tips? And what is the course? What am I going to be doing every day?
Okay.
Because it's easy enough to read a course title and a description. It's a different thing doing it.
Oh yeah, but so for drama school, like, it's a completely, it's in the UK, like, and Scotland and Wales, like, it's kind of like, it's all auditions. That's actually how you've got there's audition rounds. So I think for Central, for me, it was 3 rounds that I ended up doing. And
what did those auditions consist of?
Learning monologues. So for Central, they gave us monologues that we had to learn, Shakespeare, and then also prepare a contemporary speech that was your own. You had to then also prepare a song if you were in musical theatre, or you wanted to be considered for a musical theatre course. And let me see what else. Yeah, and then that was it. Well, that was it. It was quite a lot to prepare, actually. Like, but I enjoyed it, and actually every course is different. So some courses allowed you to bring your own Shakespeare. Central, for instance, had a list, and so I worked off that list. No, but my advice would be you'd have to go get your CAO or UCAS, I think they call it. Yeah, UCAS is what they call it. And you'd have to firstly apply through that. Audition fees and sorting all that it's a lot of work to do. Like, but I had people who were doing it as well around me at the time. So I had friends who also were hoping to do it, and so that kind of was handy for me. But yeah, and then I suppose like you just gotta read what the college itself have on their website, and then do your own homework and prepare. Preparation's key, like they say in acting and for stuff like this, and it really is. Yeah.
Okay, so you've left school and you're taking part in your PLC / your diploma. Was it diploma?
It was a diploma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also, around this time, if I'm not mistaken, took part in a popular television show.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, Fionn approached me in a soccer training and whispered to me that, hey, heads up that I'm actually going to be on The Voice of Ireland in a couple of weeks' time. Don't tell anyone. So I told a lot of people, and it turns out he had already told half those people. So, yeah, talk us through that. Where did that come from?
Yeah, so I think it was just after I finished school, so it was, again, the first year of when I was up in Dublin. Yeah, I remember just applying for it online, kind of not really thinking too much of it, and then they called me up to a hotel in Dublin, and there was a few kind of, again, which they don't show on the telly, obviously, the first rounds of, or the different rounds you have to go through before you even get considered for the show. So I did that a few times, and yeah, I think it was like maybe at the third one or something, I was kind of like, I actually think they like me, and I might get the... And that's the producers, I should say. Yeah, and I went on it, and then I was only just turned 19. Like, I still felt like I was a kid, and I kind of was. Like, I just turned 19 when I went on it, and but I wouldn't change it. It was an insane experience, and the people I met on the show made it all worthwhile completely.
That was the highlight of the show for you.
100%. Like, one of the contestants on it is like one of my, who was on it the same year as me, is now one of my best friends, Johnny. We actually moved to London together at the same time. When I moved over to London, we lived together for like 6-7 months, and when I first moved over, which was great as well. So it's weird the way things can like kind of fall into place. One thing leads to the next and stuff. Yeah, it was mad, and I remember going back to Grennan actually. I remember going back to
our secondary school.
Yeah, and when because I needed to ask for votes and stuff, and I remember going in. I was actually looking through my notes on my phone there the other day, and I found the speech. First thing I said is, Mr. Dunn's definitely going to be judging me on my English here now, because it was probably terribly written. But I remember it was just, that was such a surreal experience. Going back, I mean, I'll never forget, like, just because going in and like just walking in and everyone just clapped, and I literally, I never felt so uncomfortable in my life. I didn't know what to do. It was like I was the Pope or something. I was like, but it was like, also I was just so taken back. But like school, like it really was when music was introduced and stuff, and Gren's Got Talent and everything like that. It was so crucial to me as a performer and artist and stuff. So it was amazing.
So for your let's say on-screen audition, where you went in front of the judges, you performed High Hopes. What was your feeling coming off the stage, straight away after the stage?
Oh, it was
just pure adrenaline.
Pure adrenaline, yeah. Complete euphoria, I think, at the time, because it's so mad, because of course you're thinking like...
Did you suspect?
I had no idea. I was near the end. I think I was like second last on the day as well. So, and like, I think when Una said she didn't turn, it was because she said I've too many lads, so on our team at the time. So, yeah, because I was second last. Of course, your brain is like going, oh well, they've got enough now. But yeah, so nervous. The first you'll hear in the video of the broken, it's like my voice is literally shaky as heck. But I don't know. I just I got in the zone, and also there's the one of the keyboard players plays the wrong chord on the chorus, and I've got listen to it, and like Alan Hayes pointed that one out to me, and I can't unhear it.
Thank you, Alan, for ruining that video.
But no, it completely. Look, when I came on stage, you go straight to your family, like,
yeah.
And of course, like,
Your family are very energetic.
Oh, stop! Yeah, and there was a few friends there as well. I think.
I wasn't invited, by the way.
Yeah.
Why did you pick Keane? Did he
just on
the pitch? Or?
It was the pitch on the thing. He by far, I remember in the moment, seemed so excited. Like he was just like, and even when I got, he was like, yes, like he was just the most yeah,
enthusiastic. For
he was literally that. And everyone now kind of goes, oh, you should have picked Brezzy. He's more suited to you. And like, it is what it is.
Well,
like
hindsight's a great thing. And I actually went to one of the live shows, and as we were talking about yesterday, actually, it was so staged. Everything. It was so produced to a T. Before the cameras even turn on, they tell the audience to start screaming as loud as they can. Everything, like, it's so spaced out. Like, a show that takes an hour on television, if I'm not mistaken, is recorded over like 3 hours. And it's just, I just didn't expect it. It was the first time I was part of a live audience. What was it like backstage during these shows?
Yeah, I mean, it was weird because we would always do a dress run of it as well, which is kind of almost even weirder as well because again you're pretending that this is happening all as a first time or whatever. But no, it was cool backstage. It was in the Helix Theatre up in Dublin, and yeah, we just used to chill, and we used to so it was actually quite nice backstage, and we'd occasionally get called in for filming and stuff. As you said, like, it is mad how kind of fake it can be. I think, do you know, the way, and what surprised me is how easy it is to like portray someone. It's why when I see like clips online of people now, I'm like, okay, give me the context of this in full.
Yeah.
Like, not just a 10-second clip can be literally edited to make someone seem just out of do you know what I mean? Like, I think
like we've discussed it a lot over the last while is that we don't think that you were portrayed on The Voice the best way that you can be portrayed. So which are in your natural setting of just your guitar and your voice letting you carry you through, rather than the kind of the showbiz nature that did go on.
Yeah, completely.
I felt you would have been more comfortable the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, because they wanted to create a narrative, I think, as well within the series, and they're like, oh, we're going to make Fionn into this is what, and then they had something to, chat about on stage then of, oh, Fionn, like, it just makes it more interesting to watch. It's like, that's all it was. But yeah, I completely agree. Look, I was a kid. I didn't know what was best for me. I didn't have my own I don't know, I look back at it now and I'm like, wow, like, why didn't you say this, why didn't you say that? But I just took their word as gospel, all the producers and stuff, and I didn't really stick up for myself and others on the show stuck up for themselves and said, no, like, this is what I want, no, this is my style, this is my this is my that, and I just literally let them kind of play me like a fiddle, do whatever they wanted. But look, I learned from it, and it is what it is,
I imagine it was still a great experience.
All the same, I still had so much fun, and like the first round and the battle with Kat, I absolutely loved.
The battle is a great video.
Yeah, I loved. It was then when the lives kind of went on that it just went a bit downhill.
I must say now, no offense, but her dancing was the worst thing I've ever seen in that video.
Her dancing?
Yeah. You're bad too as well.
I don't even think she dances that much in it. It's definitely my dancing.
She does this like shimmy, but I remember you doing this hand movement, and I remember watching it on television just going, oh God!
Oh yeah, I got some abuse in the comments from trolls. They're like, what the hell, the lanky...
It was all me.
It was all you?
Yeah.
That was all the lanky... What was the... Oh, it was a funny comment.
Well,
the lanky, awkward guy with the dance moves wins. What the hell? That was what someone...
Well, I think you did deserve to win. What was it? It was Some Nights by Fun.
Yeah.
Which great song.
Great tune. Although we didn't get to have the auto-tune. You know, the auto-tune part, which I love in that song. So,
I think that would defy the whole
yeah,
singing contest to have auto-tune.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, after all that now, would you ever do something to that scale again?
Yeah, you know, it's weird because like I left it and I kind of almost vowed to myself, oh, I'm never gonna do that again, because I just was so exhausted after. I think I was like sick for 2 weeks after the whole adrenaline of it. But it was just because it was young and it was kind of intense, and I was also still in college, and stuff like that. But I
did it affect college?
I think I would have missed like some of college, yeah, which probably didn't. But I kind of made it work. My course leader we kind of made it work and stuff. But as time kind of goes on, I do think maybe I would do something like that again, just because it's like it's the exposure. You know what I mean? Like if I, as a singer, or as an artist, it would, I'd go on to like one of these shows again. Obviously, as a singer and
do your own thing.
Yeah, I think now I have a bit more of a understanding of what I'm kind of good at, what I'm not good at, what I like, what I don't like, and.
Speaking of that, of knowing what you're good at, and with the current climate of things that we're all under quarantine, you have flourished on the social media app TikTok. If you want to talk to us a bit about that.
Yeah, so if anybody who doesn't know what TikTok is, it's literally like the biggest app in the world right now. It's kind of like Vine, but it's like, so if anybody, for anyone...
So short, probably max 30-second long videos that could be funny, have a talent, or kind of just anything outstandish.
It's kind of like, so it's a minute. It's kind of like YouTube, but you're only allowed to do a minute videos, and people you can edit videos on your phone and stuff, and they give you like weird effects and stuff, and people just get mad creative.
I've seen some crazy things on it.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't be a very like avid TikTok user.
Yeah.
Only to go on and troll you.
No, but I have to say, so another thing you can do on TikTok is you can react to videos. So you can dub over them, or you can, and it's so easy to do. Like you literally, and so then what people started doing on it was, putting up like duets and stuff, and saying "sing with me." So you would sing your part of the song, and then you would just leave a gap for the other person to sing their part, and you could sing harmonies. You could do all this, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this is insane!" So then originally I was like, "Oh, I'll sing what other people have already put up." But then there was a problem with my headphones. I didn't have the iPhone jack, and then recording normally, just the sound was awful. So then I was like, well, I can't do that. Okay, well, maybe I should try and put up my own duet, see if other people will do them. And so I had the score of High School Musical in my house, which Jonah Anderson gave me. Thanks, Jonah. A few years back, and I think I learned the intro to Breaking Free, because I always loved that intro. Do 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 do. Anyway, and I posted up. It didn't really get that much kind of
traction.
Yeah, not really. But then I posted another one, and it got a bit more, but not a lot more. But people kept commenting saying, "Oh, there's something wrong with the I can't react to it. Da 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 da. The sound is so and so." And so I was like, crap, okay, I'll re-upload it. So I re-uploaded it, and then the re-upload ended up like starting to get loads of views out of nowhere. So the re-upload of the exact same video kind of started going a bit viral, in regard to TikTok viral, I would say. Yeah, that was literally what ended up kind of kicking it off, and then I started making more and more because the people started demanding it, like, oh, can you do the next? And I was there sitting there like, oh my god, like, not being the best piano player in the world, like I'd say I'm above average on the piano now, but like Orla's miles better than me. But then when I was getting all this, I was kind of like, well, kind of gave me the drive to practice my piano, practice singing, and keep myself occupied and stuff. And yeah, and then it just kept growing and growing, and I think I'm at like 36,000 followers on the app now, and like I'd say it must be over 2 million views or something. Like,
yeah,
I haven't at least, because one of the videos has like 790,000, and then there's like, I think you add it up, it's about over 2 million views, like,
And
which is mad.
will it be something you're going to keep going with, or?
Oh, definitely. Like, I'd be silly not to keep it on. I actually need to upload something new soon. I've kind of left it a while. Yeah, because I've started like doing other videos as well, like not just the High School Musical, but
that does seem to be your main kind of content.
It's the niche, isn't it? Like, there's not many other blokes that are gonna upload it, you know.
I remember when we were younger, we were all in primary school, and High School Musical was announced for Disney Channel, and we all said the exact same stupid boy thing. That's gay.
Oh yeah.
When we all went home and watched the bloody thing on the premiere night.
Completely, everyone pretended that they didn't love it.
It's just High School Musical, and we all knew every word.
Toxic masculinity.
I knew more High School Musical songs in full than I knew any other song.
Oh, and yeah.
Like,
completely. Disney movies.
I remember when High School Musical 2 was released. We recorded it on a friend's house, in a friend's skybox, and literally ran to his house after school to watch it.
The countdown. Do you remember the countdown on Disney? Completely. It was mad though. It is mad how, and that's why I think, again, as a young lad, it was singing. It was literally, as you said, it was branded gay, which is just so ridiculous when you think about it.
When you just think about that, it was the modern day Grease.
Yeah, completely, and it was and the fact that everyone was pretending they didn't like it when those songs were bangers, like, do you know what I mean?
Some of them were amazing.
So good, like, just catchy, and
Another thing you've been doing during lockdown is taking part in some local competitions with the radio.
Yeah, I did. So with KCLR, KCLR.
We had this problem the last time we were talking as well.
I pronounced my R's weird.
Say Ireland.
Ireland.
There we go. We're back to normal.
So, so there was a songwriting competition that my dad I think originally spotted, and he was just like, "Oh, I should enter this." I actually completely forgot about it until 10 to 12. And then my dad was like, "Fionn, have you entered it?" And I was like, "No, crap, I haven't."
He had entered himself.
Yeah, my dad and my sister had entered. And so then, anyway, long story short, I entered it. I heard nothing back, and Orla heard that that to tune in, your song's going to be played on KCLR. And and so then I assumed, all right, cool. They've clearly not chosen my song. I was kind of like, that's grand. Like, I was delighted for Orla, and also Orla's song was insane. So started promoting that, and then literally 2 days later, after Orla's round was done, and she sadly didn't get through. They were like, "Yeah, Fionn, tune in. You're in the last round of 4 or whatever of the songs chosen." And so, yeah, and then I just once I managed to get through, I literally used the TikTok following I generated. I would go live on TikTok and ask people to vote for me, and they would. And I think that literally must have been how I won it. I'm convinced. And of course, like, my mam's friends, you know what mams are like on Facebook, so that definitely helped as well. But thank you so much to anyone who voted for me. Like, it's insane. I get to record my original song now, Thought of You, which is like in Kilkenny, in Broderick's, and I get a music video out of it as well, which is like literally that's a dream. Like, I can't think of anything more amazing to do.
And the song itself, where did that come from?
It's weird you say this, because I went through my voice notes today and I found out the exact time when I had come up with the idea for the guitar, and it was the 18th of January 2018. So I think when we spoke about before, I said it was about 2 years ago, didn't I? I think I said...
I just remember you saying it took you a long time and you spaced it out.
Yeah, it definitely took me a while to write all of it. Like, I think it came in patches. The guitar kind of came first, then the verse. Then I was like, oh yeah, I'll do this with the verse, and then the chorus came. And then when the competition kind of came along, it kind of gave me the kick up the... Where were we? What were we?
So you were talking about the song and...
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was just... It's weird because you like songwriting can be weird. As sometimes you can sit down, write a song in one kind of take, I find, and other times it can be quite a while. And part of me is still like the second verse of it, I've changed it because I remember sending you a draft of it ages and ages ago, and it probably sounds so different to then. I think I've changed the key of it now. I've changed the second verse lyrics. I keep changing the lyrics, to be fair, but I think I'm kind of starting to be happy with it. And like when I like the version I actually uploaded on to the competition, I thought was actually a bit rough. And I remember even thinking when they told me Fionn, I was like, oh god, this is not. I couldn't remember if it was all right or not. Obviously, it wasn't as bad as I thought. But yeah, no, like, I'm looking forward to that, and I can't wait to get going on that. It's gonna be amazing.
So one thing you asked to talk about during this video was as the fact that this week is actually Mental Health Awareness Week. So do you have any thoughts on that? Did you like to share?
Yeah, I just thought, why not? Because would it be in Mental Health Awareness Week? Yeah, I don't know. It's something that I've kind of recently. I don't know. I've just started talking about it a bit more with friends, and I just think I'm passionate. Obviously, look, I'm passionate about it because probably like lots of other people, everyone's gonna go through something in regards to mental health in their life. Like whether that's at a young age, an old age, it's more than likely gonna happen to you. I remember when it happened to me. Like for me personally, when I hear mental health, it's anxiety. That's the one that jumps out at me. I've suffered with anxiety quite a bit over the years, and different types of anxiety. Like just as a young lad, I can always remember like I didn't know that I was anxious. Do you know the way? I didn't have a clue. Like, and especially in Ireland, like I just think Ireland even.
Yeah, there we go. Is there any times in particular where you felt anxious?
I think just in school, I was always just an anxious kind of guy. I would be so nervous when there was tests, like borderline thinking I was gonna get sick, like anxious, and I have a phobia of being sick as well, and so then that was like a knock-on effect in regards to that.
During tests?
Yeah,
the only fear I had of tests was getting those results before they were sent home. No?
Yeah, no, well look, it was. I think that was it as well. It was like the fear of doing badly as well, or whatever. But I don't know, like I don't know. I just didn't. When I first had a panic attack, for instance, I had no idea that I was having a panic attack, and that made it 10 times more scarier because I genuinely thought I was dying. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't
know why I'm laughing, because panic attacks are actually just horrendous things.
I mean, no, but if you, I completely get you. I can laugh at it now because myself as well, because I just can't believe like I didn't know what a panic attack was, because it was never, as far as I can remember, and it was never taught to me. I can never remember in school, or maybe it was, and I was probably sitting on the back of my phone. But I just think the lack of education on mental health here in Ireland growing up. Now it's starting to get so much better.
I agree.
It really is. Like you've got so many amazing organisations that are also out there as well, helping people suffering and stuff. And I just I don't know. I watched your podcast with Paddy.
As we were talking about there, we were talking about the last video that I did with Paulie. We literally just sat down and we talked about mental health and his experiences with suffering from depression and having suicidal tendencies. And then after that, I kind of thought, this was fun. I might do another video style like that. That's where me and Fionn got talking about doing a video like this. So...
yeah, but and if anyone hasn't watched that video, I would highly recommend watching it, himself and Paddy. It was...
the audio is not great on it, but I'll take blame for that because I didn't set it up very well.
Well, you can forgive the audio because like the conversation is just really good, and it was just inspiring to see two lads, you know, kind of chatting openly about mental health and kind of taking the stigma away from it. And I suppose that's probably why I wanted to chat about it now again.
It was very surprising, some of the people that actually reached out after the video. Some people locally that you would not actually think would be kind of suffering or have issues that they feel they couldn't talk to anyone about.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a real kind of eye-opening experience.
Yeah, well, I remember messaging you, I think, after I seen it, definitely. It was brilliant. It was just a really Yeah, it's inspiring.
I literally just remember seeing Paddy one day and just saying, you and I should work together on something. And then it just literally messaged him a few days later going, right, I'm ready, let's go.
Yeah. No, it was a brilliant watch, I have to say. Seen Paddy there the other day actually as well. I was walking past. Told him we must have a catch up. If you're watching this, Paddy, how are you? Look forward to that pint we said we'd have.
So, before we come to a close, is there any kind of final thoughts or what comes next for Fionn Gardner?
I really have no idea. I suppose I kind of...
You were on tour with the 12 Tenors, a massive,
massive
deal. And that was cut short because of COVID-19.
Mm.
So where does that stand? Is that something that you want to go back to? Because that's such a huge thing.
You know, it was such good fun. Tour in Germany, and what sucked is like just as this stuff we were due to visit like Norway, and we had Austria and Poland for a week, and I was just before. So, because the majority of the tour then that we did was just in Germany. I've seen more of Germany now than I have Ireland. Like,
yeah, it's a beautiful country.
It's the German people are they love live music. Like I've never. Yeah, they're just crazy, and I don't know. I don't know when they'll be allowed to possibly even start that tour again. I definitely think I will do it again in the future if they'd had me back, but we'll see. Like, but
so what we definitely have coming is we have a official recording session and a music video on the way for Fionn, and we'll be sure to share that on the channel when it becomes available. But before we end this video, Fiona is actually going to perform for us here. So Fionn, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. And please like and subscribe for more. We'll be sure to do more videos like this again in the future. Thanks again. Bye.
This is an original song called Thought of You. Take one. I just wanna be happy. When will I just be happy? I've been broken down for a while. All the stars have now fallen like the brownies of autumn. Time keeps changing, but I stay the same. Then the thought of you makes me feel alive. Yeah, just the thought of you, and it makes me wanna smile. All the things we could be, but your heart I cannot control. I don't know when I'll see you. I just wanna be near you. My mind's broken, so I repair it with the thought of you, and it makes me feel alive. Yeah, just the thought of you, and it makes me wanna smile. All the things we could be, but your heart I cannot control. Away, 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 away. I just wanna be happy. When will I just be happy? I've been broken down for a while.